Can you read that? Lorna from Cool Running has asked me to show her how to use Foursquare. We've got a bit of a discussion forum going on augmented reality. So I'm going to have a go at that now for you. Oops. Can you see me all right? Let's see how we go. That's working. So Foursquare is an example of augmented reality. For those who are not quite sure what it means, the easiest way to understand it is if you're watching the football or the netball on TV and you can see writing come across the screen on the field, and it's not actually really on the screen, on the field, it's on the screen. That's an example where they've augmented reality with a little bit of technological skill. My best example I use of augmented reality is if you get your mobile phone, say this one here, like this, and you point it at the Opera House, okay, and take a photo. The GPS on it recognises that you're at the Opera House and it tells you at the Opera House. While there, what I can do is I can do a little search and say, find me the closest Japanese restaurant, and it will give me a whole list of Japanese restaurants that I can visit. Fast forward a week later, and I'm in South Terrace, up in South Bank, up in Brisbane, and I take a photo of the little, the park area there where the water is, just there on the southern side of the river, where people swim. I then automatically it recognises for me that I'm in a new location, and it will give me, without even asking, where the Japanese restaurants are in the area, because it's remembered what I've done. It's where the computer does the thinking for you based on your preferences and things you do. Foursquare is a software program, it's a web tool program, like Brightkite and a few others, that you can use to say where you are. All right, let's see if you can see this. So when you're on the web page and you go to Foursquare, the first thing you have to do is you log in, which I've just done up there on the top just there. When you get into the account, what you need to do is use the web page to actually map where different places are. So I'm going to put in Pennant Hills, all right, and I've done a little search for Pennant Hills there and go search. And it brings up a whole pile of places: Pennant Hills Road, Normanhurst, Pennant Hills Road, Thornley, the Pennant Hills Sports Ground, Pennant Hills Park, where I go for 14Gs netball, all the way down to one called Blues Pad, which is down the bottom somewhere, which is basically my place. And so, but I've put the GPS marker in the wrong spot, so you can't actually find me. In Pennant Hills Park, if you open it, for example, and I'm at the netball, and I want to let people know where I am, a map comes up just there, and it zooms right in, and it shows you. I'll come in close to it like that. You can see the map of Pennant Hills Park like that, and up on the top there it says Pennant Hills Park. Across on the right hand side, it shows you there's been 11 people that checked in. There's been 5 unique visitors, and I've done 2 visits, and there's a person who's called the Mayor of Pennant Hills, because she's this particular case, this lady's the Mayor because she's used it the most. Underneath here it shows you that there's been at least 4 people there, including myself, the second on the right, who have been to Pennant Hills Park. So as you can see, even just for the area where I live just now, Pennant Hills Park as an area to visit for Foursquare is relatively new. Recently, when I was in Cairns 2 weeks ago, no one had labelled any places for Cairns, and so I was doing that as I went along, the different places like Mareeba and Atherton and Cape Tribulation and those sorts of locations. So that's what happens on the web page side of it, and you add the place on it. After you've done that, then you get your mobile phone out when you go to the locations and you tell Foursquare that you're actually there. I'm going to try and show you that now with my phone. Okay, now before I show you the mobile phone side of Foursquare, I just want to explain the point of it. If I visit a location, say Hornsby for example, and while I'm at Hornsby and I've never been there before, I want to know where the best coffee shop is, I can go into Foursquare, and people who've been there before me have sort of tagged coffee shops in Hornsby, and I can then do a search on Foursquare and type in the word coffee, and it will bring up the coffee shops. And what they might even have, they have this function in Foursquare called shout out, and someone might shout out to it, the best coffee shop is in Westfields here, and that's where you want to go if you want to have a good coffee. The thing can be multiplied out, where you're on the lower North Shore or the Shire or in the western suburbs of Sydney, and you want to know where a series of tennis courts are. So you might pop in the suburb of, say, Seven Hills and type in tennis courts, and it will tell you all the tennis courts that are in the location. And then using the map you could go to it if you want to have a hit of tennis. So that's the sort of purpose behind it, but it's all grassroots driven. It relies on people actually going to the locations and saying, look, here's the tennis court here, and it's a really good place if you want to have a hit. Okay, I can see the benefit for running. I've actually done one for Quarry Road Run on Stewart Road, Hornsby, and I've also done one for the Bay Run at Abbotsford, Drummoyne. So you can sort of get a feel how you can use it for things that we do. Okay, I'm going to join the cat now next to the heater and put the computer next to here. Hello, Katie. Say hello to everyone. All right, there's my phone. I'm just going to turn it on, just there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to. Oh, I just got a message. I'm just going to go to the web, and while I'm in the web, it's connecting just now. Alright, I'm going to go to options, and I'm going to go to my bookmarks, and I'm going to go to my auto bookmarks, and I'm going to go to Foursquare. I'm going to click Foursquare, and when it's... Okay, I'm back again, the cat's supervising. By the way, that message was someone wanting to go for a run with me tomorrow, so I've got to run after work tomorrow, which will be good, doing some intervals. Alright, I can't really show you how the phone bit works, but I'll just have a bit of a go for you. When you log onto the phone using Foursquare, it looks like this, and in this particular case, it says that I'm in Pennant Hills at the moment, which is where I am, and it shows me the last 3 people in my location in Sydney that have been using Foursquare. Underneath it, there are about half a dozen different things you can do. You can actually find your friends, which is this section here, or you can actually check in and say that I'm at the Cafe Insomnia at Pennant Hill Station. And and make sure you have item 3 on the food list because it's really tasty. I could shout a broadcast that says things to that effect, so if other people come to Pennant Hills, they can choose to go to Cafe Insomnia if they want. While I'm there, there's the next one, number 4, says you can search venues. So what I can do then is I can search to see what else is available in Pennant Hills. So if I want to see if there's a Medicare office there, it'll say it won't come up. But if there's a Commonwealth Bank there and someone's entered it, it will show it's just there, just a bit down. There's other things like badges and leaderboards that I won't worry about, but that's it's about like it's sort of a means for you to keep track of who the popular people who visit the places the most. And then the key thing also is to actually have your location. So if I move from say Pennant Hills to work, I just sit down and say, okay, now I'm at work now, and I write the suburb where I work. And then of course the whole thing also, you can have friends. So the more friends you add, all right, which I've just got down there, which is number 8. The more friends that you add, the more chance you've got of finding out, other things from other people. And if they visit the same locations as you, and you happen to see that they're there at the same time, you might be able to send them a message and meet up for a cuppa. And that's the sort of thing behind it anyway. Okay, I think that'll do for the time being. Okay, I don't know how successful that's going to be. I really can't show the phone component. So in summary, what you do is you get an account with Foursquare. If there are particular places you want to go to, or you go to on a regular basis, like your kids' sport or a coffee shop on a regular basis, or you're always at the airport, T2 Virgin Lounge or something like that, what you can do is pre-put those places into Foursquare, and you do that on the web. Once you're at the different locations that you visit a lot, you go to your mobile phone, which I've tried to show you but not very successfully, and you say you're there, and you indicate that you're there, and you say what you're doing, and you might say, okay, I'm at Borders at Hornsby, and the bookshop's really good and the coffee's really nice out the back. So next time someone goes to Hornsby, they go, oh yeah, I remember on Foursquare there's a Borders there. I'll just check it out, and while I'm looking at some books I want to buy, I can have a quick cup of coffee at the back. I might work on a better presentation later on. Okay, that's me for the time being. I'll see you later.